and welcome to episode 40 of The Weekly Whisper. I'm your host, Elian, and I'm here to talk all things 365 Pro Wrestling. Yes, can you believe it? 40 episodes every Tuesday since the very first week, or ever since the very first Tuesday in January of 2020. We only got 12 episodes left in this year, and the rest of the year is going to be great. We got a doubleheader planned for October 17th, which is only 11 days away, and we're going to talk all about that. And then we got an event in November, an event in December. So we're going to go out with a bang. 365 is going to have some great content for my Whisper. It's like, yes, the more that happens, the better my show becomes, right? So it's going to be a doubleheader. If you see my episode last week, me and Paul went into the weeds on it. We went into every last detail, every possibility and scenario that could have happened or might happen. And that was a good episode, so check it out. And he was indeed right, but I was just testing him. It's 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. I don't know why I put 5. Maybe I just wanted to see if I could slip one over on Paul. He did not bite. He knows his stuff. If you've seen that, he knew everything. So it's going to be a live pro wrestling doubleheader at the Willow Point Hall, the Willow Point Lions Club, 2165 South Island Highway, Campbell River, BC. And I wish it was this weekend. It's getting so close. So we're going to have the 2 p.m. show and the 7 p.m. show. I'm going to talk a bit more about that and give a little bit more insight, maybe make some predictions. And I want to talk about the Haviko special on that happened last Wednesday on the Twitch stream. The Twitch, man, they're getting a lot of followers, a lot of subscribers. That chat was lit during the Haviko thing. I was having a great time being a part of it. And then they go and put them up on YouTube, which is even better. And they put some of the old matches on YouTube. Some of the matches that weren't already on YouTube that Haviko had in his top 5, so that was neat to see. And I really had a good time, and I haven't gotten word yet what tomorrow's Wednesday night Twitch special will be. There's a lot of names being thrown around, but I can't confirm on that either way. But it's gonna be good. And then they stream 2-3 times daily and watch classic wrestling, watch classic PWA 365 wrestling, just a bunch of stuff on there. And I suggest heading over and checking it out. It's really been, when the sports have not been on, I know football's picking up here, but the other sports I haven't been watching anymore because my teams are out. So it's so great to have some great entertainment. And there's been a bunch of stuff on there, even from other companies that I haven't even seen. But so I'm going to go through and do my predictions for the 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. show, because me and Paul talked about everything, but I never talked about who I think would win. I don't usually like doing that because it's so hard. But I thought it might be fun if I just to see how many I get right, like kind of like my own pro line gambling. And hey cameraman.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get him on his. You want to do the predictions with me?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, come in here, man. Pull up a sheet. Here's my cameraman. He's appeared on. I seen him walking by. I guess he was getting a drink or whatever. He's appeared on a couple of the episodes before. And he may not even be familiar with all of these wrestlers, as like obviously Sharif is new and everything like that. And he's seen a lot of action in Ontario, but he hasn't watched a lot of the BC guys. But we're going to just do, like, we both predict who will win and see who gets the most right. How about that?
Yeah,
there's
good.
10 matches. There's 2 shows. Each show has 5 matches. There's a 2 p.m. show. So everyone will wrestle twice. Okay, so the first match is a man that stayed at this house that you would be familiar with. Judas Icarus stayed with us here when he was out wrestling for the Ontario chapter 365. He's taking on a newcomer, Sharif Morrow. I'll let you pick first every time. Who do you got, Judas or Sharif?
Judas.
Judas. 1 for that. And I also am going to have to pick Judas.
He's just been in the business a bit longer.
Cameraman, and then I'll be this. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Sharif's spent a couple years in as well, but he's really been on a hot streak, Judas. And it's nice when it's somebody you know, right? It's like a personal attachment you have to him. He stayed with us twice.
Yeah.
And so the next match is BJ Laredo versus Rhea Von Slasher. Who do you think?
BJ.
You like the sound of BJ, cameraman? I'm going to pick Rhea because she won her last match, and BJ hasn't wrestled in a couple months, so I'm going to give her the advantage. And now here's one that you might know a couple people. It's Brett Matthews and the Grand Champ Jordy Taylor versus Eddie Osborne and Haviko for the tag team champions.
Eddie Osborne and Haviko, they're both very good.
Okay, so you pick Haviko and Eddie Osborne, and I'll go out on a limb here, even though they don't like each other. But I just want to see it. I want to see how funny it would be if Brett Matthews and Jordie Taylor won. So I kind of just want them to win, so I'm going to pick them.
That would be very funny.
I mean, I don't want to see Haviko lose the titles, but it'd just be funny to see two guys hating each other have to work together. Okay, and the next match is the Cremator. Cremator Von Slasher is facing two guys in a handicap match. He's taking on Nolan James and Zach Andrews. So it's Nolan James and Zach Andrews versus Cremator. Who do you think?
Nolan James and Zach Andrews.
Okay.
Nolan James is pretty good. I'm sure Zach is good. I haven't seen him much.
No, but you see Nolan, right? And
It's a double. It's 2 versus 1. How could one win?
I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I think Cremator's so upset that he may just have like the rage to be able to win. So I'm gonna go Cremator, which is tough. Like you said, it's 2 versus 1. And then the main event is a submission match for the Global Championship, which means you must make your opponent tap out or give up. And it's going to be Liza Hall versus the Golden Boy Travis Williams. You think Travis Williams stays the champion, or the new champion will be Liza Hall?
I know who's going to champ, and it's going to be Travis.
Travis retains, you think? Okay. And I'm going to just go with Liza. I don't agree with you too much, but she's due, and she beat him the one time, in my opinion, and then the time limit draw. I think this is her night. Okay, so that's all for the 2 p.m. show. We had one the same. We both thought Judas would beat the newcomer Sharif, but that's because we're not really familiar with what Sharif brings to the table. And then it's the 7 p.m. show. We got 5 matches as well. So the first contest I have here on my list is Sharif Morrow versus the masked man Haviko. Who do you think is going to win that one?
Haviko.
You think Haviko?
Yeah.
Okay, so cameraman picks Haviko. I am going to pick Sharif Morrow. I feel like he's going to get at least one win, hopefully. Would be a good debut for him. And I know they used to do these on the 365 podcast, like with Mickey Martin and Paul, my guest from last week, and Joe Dog would do them, the pick'ems or whatever, and I haven't seen anybody doing it, so I'm stealing it. I need something to talk about. Me and Paul talked about everything last week, so there was not much left. So the next is a 4-way contest. 3 people you know and 1 you don't. It's BJ Laurado versus Eddie Osborne versus Nolan James versus Judas Icarus. So out of those 4, who do you got?
It's tough. I'm gonna say Nolan and Judas.
No, it's all 4 against each other. It's
Oh,
not a tag
Nolan
match.
then. Nolan.
So Nolan, you think will come out?
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He knows his way around in the ring.
Okay, I'm gonna pick Judas Icarus. I just feel like he lost. Even though he didn't get pinned in his last match, and then he got screwed out of the Global Championship, and what we've seen from him in the past calendar year, that he's really due, and he'll do everything he can to make sure. And then the next match, I didn't even look into it. I apologize. I've been pretty busy. Travis Williams, if he's still the global champion, I don't know if he's defending or not, but it's gonna be Cremator Von Slasher versus Travis Williams in a singles contest. Who's your pick for that?
Cremator. I think I pronounced that wrong.
Cremator, yeah. That's good. I butcher some of the names too. I don't even know if I get all the names right. So you pick Cremator. I'm gonna pick Travis Williams. And then it's for the Global Women's Championship. The champion Liza Hall will defend her title against Rhea Von Slasher. Anybody stand out to you in this one?
I'm gonna say Rhea.
So Rhea for you, and I am also gonna say Rhea. I could just see it being her night. All right.
Batman tattoo.
Yeah, don't even start. So we got the Grand Championship Street Fight, the main event of the 7 p.m. show. They're going to be partners earlier in the show. Brett Matthews, the Body Brett Matthews versus the old greedy bastard Jordie Taylor. Jordie Taylor puts his Grand Championship on the line in a street fight, which means there's no count out, no disqualification, anything goes. Who is going to walk away as the Grand Champion after this match?
I think it could be anybody, like whoever is willing to pull out the dirtiest moves. So anybody, but you know what? I'm saying Jordie.
Jordie retains?
Yeah.
Okay, so cameraman says Jordie Taylor retains. He's been on a roll, and I just think Kind of like with Eliza Hall in the first show, I think Brett Matthews has had a couple chances at it. This may be his last chance. And I'm going with Brett Matthews to have a big night. His first main event, they keep mentioning that. And I think he's going to deliver in his first main event. So as always, I always do a top 5 on the list. And I don't, I have one written down here. But I'd rather do one for you. Could you possibly give me your top 5 365 superstars? Starting with 5 and then ending with 1.
Okay.
Your top 5 365 superstars.
Yeah, I'm gonna say number 5 is you, because even though you're not really a wrestler, you're still the talker guy.
Yeah, I'm still a part of the 365 brand, right? Yeah, you could put me. I'll take it. Yes, put me. I'm part of 365. I do a weekly show for them, and obviously we hold each other in high regard. You're my cameraman and everything. Yeah. So okay. So I'm 5. Elian's number 5 on your top. So who would be number 4 then?
I'm gonna say Joey. Joey Allen.
Joey Allen. Oh yeah. A lot of car rides with him over the years, eh?
Yeah.
Alright, so and then who would be your number 3 then?
Eddie Osborne.
Eddie Osborne. How many times have you played games with him and had him at the house? So he's your number 3, so 2 left. Who's number 2?
Judas.
Judas Icarus?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're familiar with him as well. It's all people you know, right? That's
It's
only
not
fair
because
though. It's the most.
They're good. They are.
They are all good. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying it's obviously people that you've formed an emotional bond connection with, right?
It's hard not to.
Okay, so who would be your number 1 365 superstar?
Okay, so he's ultimate. He's cool. I'm pretty sure you made a song for him.
I did make a song for a couple of guys.
Nolan James.
Nolan James doesn't play no games. His actions speak for him. He don't play no games. Or no, he did. I've screwed up my own song. Anyway, so there you have it. The cameraman, thank you so much, is top 5 365 superstars are me, Elian Habanero, at number 5. Number 4, Joey Allen. Number 3, Eddie Osborne. Number 2, Judas Icarus. And number 1, Nolan James. That's all for the Weekly Whisper this week, but don't go anywhere without making sure you like, or you
get a leg drop.
Comment, or you get a
Clothesline.
subscribe, or you get a
Suplex.
and share, or you get a sleeper. This has been episode 40 of the Weekly Whisper. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling.
Cameraman.